Hello, my name is Olivia Clemens, and today I will tell you the things I believe make a good educator, the things I need to work on as an educator, and what professional qualities a teacher should display. First thing I believe makes a wonderful educator is having the skills to advocate for a student, whether that's at home or at school. Our job is to stand in that gap of the support that they need. So if there's something that they need to help them succeed in school, we provide that. We advocate for them to get whatever resources they need. Same thing at home. I've had students that might not have snow boots or coats. My job is to advocate for them to receive those tools to be successful at school and at home. I think what comes with that, the next thing that is important to be a good teacher is having compassion. A lot of the times as an educator, more than often, judgment is passed whether or not a parent should have something or should be doing something. And sometimes it's just not the case. And that doesn't mean the student should then have to suffer. So to have compassion, regardless of what the situation is, to then advocate for those students. And within that same realm, the third thing I believe to make a good teacher is to be honest, to always be honest and put what we know forth, not what we think, not what we guess, what we imagine should be happening, but the honest truth of what a student requires and needs to be successful. Not our own thoughts or not what we feel should make that student successful, but the honest truth. Now moving on to what I believe I need to work on as an educator. So the question stood as what I should work on before I get into a classroom or before my first year of teaching. I've been teaching for or working with, I should say, kids for around 10 years now. So I think what I need to work on as I continue being an educator is curiosity. I really lack that in the sense of if something goes wrong or an activity doesn't work out, I don't ask questions as to why. I just say, oh, didn't work out. We just move on. So that is something I definitely need to work on as to being more curious to understand why the students might not like the activity or why the day was just up in array and why things might be the way that they are. The second thing I definitely need to work on that goes hand in hand with that, I believe, is reflection. So then to be able to say why something didn't work out and then reflect on that reason to do better the next time. A lot of times education, preschool education for that fact, is just moving quick, fast paced. And so I don't think I give myself the time to sit, relax, and think about the reason why something is going on and then reflect and to then understand how I can grow and learn from that reason why, if that makes sense. And then the qualities I think a teacher should possess or display professionally. First is having an open mind, so going back to being curious, and then also being able to be teachable. And so I've been working with kids, like I said, for close to 10 years, if not more than that now. It is very easy to get stuck in your ways, to not want to learn more. I already know that, so it's very easy to get stuck in that. I think being able to be teachable and constantly learn, because kids are ever growing and so should we. So I think that also goes hand in hand with the reflection part that I'm working on. And then lastly is respect, having respect for families, students, other teachers in your vicinity. That again goes with compassion. I think it's very easy in this day and age to pass judgment when that's not our job, but it's something that we do sometimes intentionally. So that it's something that we as a whole, I feel like everybody could just work a little bit better on. Those are the things that I think makes a good teacher, what I need to work on, and what qualities a professional educator displays. Thank you. Bye.